Hey, everybody, welcome to Takeoff with John Clark, and we bring in a very special guest with the Eagles-Cowboys season opener coming up, and he's here to promote a favorite pizza of his growing up in Iowa, Casey's Breakfast Pizza. Let's welcome in Cooper DeJean. Good to see you, Coop.
Good to see you.
All right, so you know how hyped Eagles fans are getting ready for the season opener, the Super Bowl banner unveiling. Are you starting to feel it, like you're getting ready for this?
I'm excited. I'm excited to get the season rolling. Get back out there on the field and in the link. I know it's gonna be packed and high energy, especially that first week. So I'm excited for it.
When did you first get a taste of the Eagles-Cowboys rivalry and how much Eagles fans hate the Cowboys?
I think right when I got here. You learn pretty quick, especially that first week. You play that first Dallas game that I was in. You learn pretty quick about how much hate the Eagles fans have for Dallas. And it's good to have those rivalries. It brings a lot of excitement to the city when we're playing against the Cowboys.
And I know it really hit you guys when you saw your Super Bowl rings and when you see that banner unveiled for the Super Bowl. Is that kind of another moment where it's really going to hit you?
Yeah, I think the ring ceremony was really when it really sets in. But I don't know what the banner unveiling is gonna look like. So we'll have to see. But it'll be pretty cool to look up there and see that up there and know that I was a part of that.
Yeah, and you didn't get to see Dak Prescott last year. He's coming for the Eagles. And CeeDee Lamb, give me an idea of where you would rank him as far as a slot receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, he's really good, really quick, catches just about anything thrown his way. Like you said, last year we didn't face Dak, but I'm sure they'll be ready to go. Come week one. Obviously they got CeeDee and George Pickens as well. So new weapon for Dak. It'll be a fun challenge, for us to get them at full health. And it'll be a good challenge.
And I know you and your teammates have talked about you are not trying to repeat as Super Bowl champs, and you're not the defending Super Bowl champs. We've heard Jordan Mailata, Nick Sirianni, and everybody. What signs have you seen coming off Super Bowl championship, like in training camp and everything, that the hunger is there?
Yeah, I don't think it's been talked about once. Last year has been talked about once. I think we've talked about the new journey and what this season will bring. Every season will bring its challenges. Every season is a new journey. And I think the guys are excited about that. And there's a lot of energy, on the football field and a lot of hunger. Going out there each and every day and competing against one another. I think that's the biggest thing is going up against each other each and every day in practice and seeing the competition that there is. Whether it's in one-on-ones or team drills, the back and forth that we have with each other, the trash talk has been fun. Guys just want to win and do whatever it takes to win. And that's what I love about this team.
All right, so generally I think of you kind of as a quieter guy compared to some of your teammates. I think Quinyon Mitchell's a little quieter. Saquon says he loves to bring the trash talk. Are you giving it back to him out there at training camp?
Saquon gets in like a mode where he's kind of scary to try and get into it with. So when I see him talking trash, I know he wants me to talk back to him, but I usually just give him a little smile and move on. But it's fun to see the competition and the competitive side of him come out during practice. I love hearing him go back and forth with the guys. I know him and Reed have gone back and forth quite a bit in practices, which has been fun to see.
Now, we saw you and A.J. Brown doing some shadow boxing during the preseason game, having some fun. And A.J., of course, he's putting you out there. He's saying he thinks you can be an all-pro, APC. How close have you guys gotten?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Just our relationship. See how it's grown. Since last year, it's been great to just hear his mindset. Hear the way he thinks, not only about football, but like about just real life. He's a very smart guy. He's fun to be around, fun to joke around with. And you can learn a lot from him. Just with the conversations that we've had. It's been really fun to get closer with him.
And Jalen Hurts and AJ and some guys have said with you guys in the secondary, the number one thing he notices about Quinyon Mitchell in his second year is more confidence. And for you, I'm asking, are you more confident now going into your second season? And what do you think you're going to be better at or improve upon and things like that?
Yeah, I think my confidence has definitely grown from year one to year two. I mean, I feel like that's natural that happens just because we're in the same defense. You know the ins and outs of the defense. You've been in games, you've been in the fire with these guys. So you're able to play more confident. You can definitely see it with Q and the way he's been playing throughout this whole training camp. But it's been awesome to kind of grow into try and become more of a leader in our defensive back room. We got a lot of young guys, and Reed. I think Adoree' probably the oldest guy. The rest are pretty young. So it's been fun to try to kind of grow into that role and being a leader for our room.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because you lose Slay. He obviously loved to talk. C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He brought a lot of confidence and swagger. So how is that kind of deciding or working together as far as who's going to speak up more and being more of a leader in that secondary?
Yeah, I think Reed's done a great job of that. Being that leader, being that vocal guy. Adoree's done a great job. He's been around the league. He's been in a bunch of games, so it's been fun to hear what he has to say. And just the other guys who've been in the fire. Sydney's been out there. Me and Q, obviously. Q's a quieter guy, but you can just see the way he leads on the field by example. And trying to work on different things with the young guys after practice. So it's been fun to see him grow in that area and myself as well. So I think not only in the DB room, but on our defense in general, there's a lot of great leaders.
And I see you wearing that Casey's Pizza sweatshirt. I'm going to ask you about that in a second, but I want to ask you about going into the season here. Of course, Vic Fangio wants you on the field almost all the time on defense because of what you bring. Nickel corner, safety, outside corner. What do you think your natural position is in the NFL? What do you think it'll eventually be? Because Vic says he thinks you could be a good safety.
Yeah, I don't ever want to, put a boundary on, what position I can play. I feel like I'm a versatile guy who can play multiple positions, which I feel like that makes it good for a defensive back room. Just in case anybody goes down, being able to have a guy who can play in any position. But I've enjoyed playing nickel, and learning that position. There's so many different things you can do from that position, which I think are fun. You're in on a lot of the action, and obviously I've played safety and corner throughout training camp. I haven't played safety since I think high school. So it's been fun to get back there and kind of play that position again, and then just getting a few reps at corner this past week. Kind of getting out there and getting back to what I used to do back in college.
So who is the most athletic player on your defense, do you think?
Most athletic player on our defense? Good question. Jalen Carter's got to be up there. He's pretty athletic. Trying to think.
I'd throw you and Jihaad Campbell in there.
Jihaad Campbell, yeah. Forgot about the young guys. Jihaad Campbell's he's a beast. He's gonna be a good player for a while. It's been fun to see his growth, but we got a lot of athletes on our defense, which I think allows us to play pretty well together.
So Jihaad Campbell, he's going to be out there with you guys starting, and when you see him and his athleticism and all over the field, and then some of the guys say, all right, he's got to dial it back a tiny bit. Does that kind of take you back to when you were a rookie? You're just all adrenaline and so aggressive?
Yeah, watching him those first couple days in camp where he was hitting dudes and tackling them. You could tell he had a lot of adrenaline, built up out there. I was the same way when I was out there for my first time too. So, but he's done a good job at learning how to practice, which is kind of a tough thing to learn. In college you go live quite a bit and you thug quite a bit. So in the NFL, there's not a whole lot of going live. So learning how to practice is a big thing. He's done a good job at that. But just watching him and the way he practices, his energy that he brings has been cool to see him bring to the table.
Well, it was really cool to see you guys win the Super Bowl. You won a Super Bowl in your rookie year in the NFL. Very amazing. And you were everywhere in the offseason, doing a lot of good things in the community, helping people out, and just experiencing all of Philadelphia and the Jersey Shore and everywhere. So what was the craziest request you got from somebody? Autograph request, picture request from a fan or anybody running into a lot of the Delaware Valley?
There's been some crazy autograph requests. I'm sure you could only imagine. Probably not good to go on air, but there has been some crazy autograph requests. Down at the Jersey Shore was wild with Jason Kelsey, and seeing everybody who showed up for that. That was pretty fun to be able to interact with all the fans and have a little fun. But I've gotten to do a lot of cool things. Been able to experience a lot of different things. Especially with the Eagles fans. So it's been fun.
And it's pretty amazing because when you look at your bio, you're from a small town in Iowa that doesn't have actual street lights, right? And you come to Philadelphia, big city, you win a Super Bowl in your rookie year, and you're getting a lot of attention. How do you stay grounded and stay hungry and stay motivated? Because, Vic Fangio's 67. This is his first Super Bowl win, and you got one in your rookie year.
Yeah, I think it's all about surrounding yourself with the right people, and I think, the people around me have, helped keep me grounded and understand, what the task is at hand. And that's being a great football player for the Philadelphia Eagles and, making an impact and helping our team win games. And that's always been the goal. Obviously the stuff off the field comes with having that success and winning the Super Bowl and everything like that. But that stuff has kind of been put behind me now. And I'm excited to get back, out there in the link in front of the Eagles fans and be able to play some football.
And of course, you're wearing Casey's Pizza. And one of the cool things about winning a Super Bowl and having a pick six in the Super Bowl is a lot of people want to work with you. So why did you choose Casey's Breakfast Pizza, and how much does it mean to you?
Yeah, Casey's has meant a lot to me since I was, a little kid. Casey's it's like a dream come true partnership for me. Just because I've been to Casey's so many times. Before school, getting their breakfast pizza, sausage, egg, and cheese. That's my go-to. Getting a couple snacks before school. I know growing up going to Iowa games, you got those early kickoffs. Whenever you need a good tailgate breakfast pizza, Casey's is the place to go. A lot of people out here in the Northeast don't know a whole lot about Casey's. But if you're ever in the Midwest, you gotta stop through Casey's and check it out. Get some of their breakfast pizza. Get your day started off right.
Nice. And you mentioned sausage, egg, and cheese. Are you a guy that would approve of doing the Hawaiian pizza? Are people allowed to do the Hawaiian pizza with ham and pineapple?
See, I don't like putting the exotics on my pizza. So I'm not a big pineapple on pizza type of guy. But I do love a good pizza. I'm pretty plain though. I like the sausage, egg, and cheese. Like I said, breakfast pizza. I like pepperoni, straight sausage, cheese. So I don't really put a whole lot on my pizza. I like to keep it simple.
Nice. Well, Casey's is offering fans 40% off any pizza size every Saturday from September 6th through December 13th with the code SAVE40. So it's the perfect meal, right? Grub leading into college football and NFL football.
Exactly. Save 40. Use that code. Get you a good little pizza. Get ready to tailgate and watch some ball.
Nice. Before I let you go, who is the best basketball player on the Eagles squad?
I don't know. There's a couple guys who can play.
Come on, man. I know you.
I can throw myself in there. I heard Devontae Smith can play too. I haven't seen a whole lot. I've just seen highlights. So probably me or him.
How about Saquon?
I don't know if I put him in that conversation.
I like it. You got a little talking smack with Saquon here. Now, A.J. Brown, he's got baseball covered, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. AJ's got that covered for sure.
Nice. All right. Before I let you go, come on. The PG version of the craziest request. Anybody like request? Like, hey, could you come visit my house? Could you come like say hi to my family when you're down the shore? Like, what kind of crazy requests?
Birthday parties. Yeah, I've birthday parties, home visits, a lot of just about anything you can think of has been requested. Probably some things that have been requested that I haven't even seen, and it's probably good that I haven't seen them. But it's been wild off season, but I'm ready to get back to work.
Well, that's cool, and you even see kids now going with your haircut, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty cool to see. I got the little burst fade, so that's cool.
The Cooper cut, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, congrats to you. Just incredible, your story coming from Iowa and then winning a Super Bowl. By the way, what is the biggest thing that hit you when you came to the Philadelphia area? I've asked some of your teammates before, coming from Iowa, what is like the thing that just shocked you that we do here, or something that like you have to get used to?
The traffic for sure. Especially on 76.
Yeah.
You're trying to go shopping at the mall in KOP. It's going to take you about an hour to get there when it's only I think it's like 20 miles away. So that's a little challenging. But you can, my hometown, you got to drive. You want to go to a name brand grocery store, you got to drive like 30 minutes. Right here, you can walk down the street. So that's pretty cool. I've enjoyed that.
You can just have them deliver nowadays.
And DoorDash. They got DoorDash out here too. So that's easy.
So when I asked that question of a couple other people, Dallas Goddard said, "My God, the humidity."
Yeah, the humidity. I actually didn't realize how humid it was until this camp. This camp has been. It was a hot one. Yeah. There was a couple gloomy days, but for the most part, it was pretty steamy out, which I didn't know about Philadelphia, but I've learned pretty quickly.
And then Aaron Nola said, coming from Alabama, the fact that in South Philly and on Broad Street, people can park their cars right in the middle of the road.
In the middle. There's a couple towns in Iowa where you can park your car in the middle, so that wasn't too crazy for me.
How about the shore? Have you ever experienced anything like that, being able to go down the shore?
No, that was my first experience at a shore. It was a good time. It was a good time. I didn't realize what the shore was until I really went down there and experienced it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say we're going to the beach here. It's down the shore.
On the shore. Yep.
Well, Cooper, congratulations on an incredible first year in the NFL, the Super Bowl, the pick six, everything. And Casey's Breakfast Pizza. Eagles fans, check it out. If Cooper's riding with it, you can ride with it, and you can get it before Eagles games. You can get it online before college games. You can get it online, or you can go to Iowa to get it.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Thanks a lot for your time, Cooper.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, see you.
The greatest. Oh, mom, so flagrant.